Hey guys, Zane here with another One Take review, and today I wanted to talk about the new Two Shell EP, Icons. Icons is the latest studio EP from the electronic slash dance music duo Two Shell. Two Shell are easily one of the most polarizing projects to come out of popular electronic music in recent years, as not only have they been a bit of a odd release schedule kind of act who haven't really been super consistent and really haven't even dropped a full album yet improper since their debut in 2019, but they've also been hugely accused of sending imposters on stage to perform pre-recorded tracks at major music festivals, and I mean some of those theories have been proven true. It's sort of a MF Doom situation just for electronic and festival dance music instead of underground hip-hop. Even with those accusations being, as far as I'm aware, pretty true or at least mostly confirmed, this project still has a lot of love behind it, and Two Shell are still quite popular overall, and it's not hard to see why, as while they may not be the best or most respectable live, their studio work is still absolutely fantastic, and their latest EP, Icons, is easily one of the best EPs of the year so far. Icons is slightly more abstract than your average dance music, though it's not totally experimental, but still it's not basic either. The way that I've described them so far, it may make them sound a little bit basic, like they're trying to make up for it by having these crazy personas and adding this controversy to their overall music and personas, but trust me, just because they play at festivals does not mean that Two Shell make festival music per se. Despite its short runtime and the status of being an EP that kind of comes with that shorter runtime, Icon still manages to pack in a lot of emotions in the few minutes that it does have to do so, and those emotions range from panicked and stressed to serene and even somewhat reflective and melancholic. For a listen that on surface level seems like something very casual that you could just simply jump into if you were looking for festival kind of dance music, there's a lot of emotion being packed into Icons, and in fact there's so much emotion being packed into this EP that I would go as far as to say that many of Two Shell's peers would not be able to extract the same amount of emotion from longer, more extended, and generally more accomplished projects. The sampling and the vocals that come from the sampling on this EP are very thematically intense as well. As far as I'm aware, the vast majority of the vocal samples on this record do come from GLaDOS from the Portal franchise of video games, and if you're like me and you're a dork and you can, cite the entire Portal lore off the top of your head without thinking twice about anything that you are spitting out at, rapid fire pace, then you know that themes of loneliness and unwanted isolationism are definitely major themes that are far from strangers of the Portal series. A lot of these quotes do come from GLaDOS, like I said, who is majorly an individual kind of based in these themes of, like I said before, loneliness, isolationism, and quotes saying things like, I'm still here, or, you haven't forgotten about me, things like that. Things within that sort of realm, just, obviously expanded more with a little more profoundness added to them that I could never manage to muster up myself, definitely add to the emotional depth of Icons. These samples add to the atmosphere of the EP rather than take away from them, and generally help the development become as successful as it is. That being said, Icons isn't the unlistenable project for casual dance fans that you may think I'm making it out to be. In fact, it's very, very easy to listen to. Icons isn't so out there and experimental and abstract that you need to have a thorough understanding of music theory or be able to explain why this one performance of a Tchaikovsky piece is better than this other performance of a Tchaikovsky piece. Nothing like that. This can be easily experienced and enjoyed just the same if you are a highly casual fan of electronic music, or even if you aren't familiar with electronic music whatsoever. This is because instead of being something so left field and odd and out there, a lot of Icons' work really relies on emotion and emotional tones being overlaid on top of very excellent dance instrumentals. The instrumentals and beats that Two Shell deliver are very strong, as they are just as groovy and fun as they are heavy and intense. In fact, I would even go as far as to say that despite its slightly odd tendencies, Icons has done more to sort of attract a club-like sound than any other release, EP, or full-length album than any other release this year so far has. This is the kind of EP that you listen to if you don't have any friends that would go to like a club, so you just turn off the lights in your bedroom and put the flash mode on your flashlight and play music and dance by yourself because you're lonely. So if you're like me, this is a good EP for you. My point is, this isn't some like music geek only kind of electronic music or anything like that. This is actually just a very understandably, casually enjoyable kind of record that anyone can appreciate. I just so happen to really be able to love the more abstract kind of side of things that are slightly hinted at and subtly developed, along with the heavy emotional capabilities that a lot of records like Icons would not be able to deliver. So overall, while 2Shell are definitely a controversial project going on, and to this day we don't even know who the two people behind it actually are, and we may not know for quite a while, if maybe even ever, this is still a great EP, and I highly recommend it if you aren't familiar with them, or even if you are and you were just kind of not super impressed with the previous work from 2Shell. Icons is a fantastic EP overall, and I think it's fantastic, which is why I'm going to give it 4.5 stars out of 5. My one take on this EP is that Icons beautifully captures a heavily club-like atmosphere that you could easily dance to, whether it's in your own apartment or it's in a festival setting, but at the same time it maintains a level of abstractism that is highly appreciable for a music geek such as myself, or for, if I'm being honest, you watching this. So again, 4.5 stars out of 5, and with that being said, that's the end of this review, and I'll see you guys in the next one.